Hello and welcome to Oh the Horror. I'm Fedora, and when somebody says horror movie icon, the mind generally seems to sway away to the big six, as I call them. Freddy Krueger, Jason Voorhees, Michael Myers, Leatherface, Pinhead, and Chucky. But there is a laundry list of these guys, and a great deal of them command just as much respect, if not a bit more, than some of the big mainstream guys. So, for this first edition of Oh the Horror's Top 5, we'll be counting down my personal top 5 favourite, lesser known horror movie icons. So, let's kick this off.
Number 5.
The Leprechaun.
Played in all 6 of his movies by Warwick Davis, the Leprechaun was one of many violent forest creatures who, hundreds of years ago, was summoned by an ancient king of old to protect his gold. When that king died, all of these creatures returned to their homes, all except for one greedy leprechaun. Now in modern times, the leprechaun will kill anyone who dare steal his precious gold, which is not only what he holds most dear, but is also the source of all of his magical powers.
Have you seen a crock of gold lying around? Tell me, or I'll bite your ear off, and I'll make a boat out of it.
These powers include telekinesis, teleportation, hypnotism, and voice mimicking, just to name a few. While brandishing most of the superhuman immunities to damage that most icons of horror have, the leprechaun does have a few weaknesses. 4-leafed clovers being among them. Another is an amulet which turns him into stone. Rhyming, wisecracking, and always ready for a good time, the leprechaun is proof that the luck of the Irish is bad luck for you.
Bah! Splendid Canadian. The only whiskey is Irish whiskey. Ah.
Number 4.
Pumpkinhead.
Keep away from Pumpkinhead unless you're tired of living. His enemies are mostly dead. He's mean and unforgiving. This is the nursery rhyme warming the townsfolk of the mythological demon of vengeance. When his son is killed by a group of motorcycling teenagers in a tragic accident, Ed Harley visits the mountain witch Haggis, who has the power to summon Pumpkinhead to exact revenge on whomever has done you wrong in the grisliest and most gruesome way. The only downside to this is a one-way ticket to hell and to experience all of Pumpkinhead's murders telepathically. With immense strength, practical invulnerability, animal agility, and razor-sharp claws, teeth, and tail, Pumpkinhead's only weakness is the person who summoned him, feeling any pain he or she feels, whether inflicted by the summoner himself or an outside source. A fact that is the main cause of his defeats. Pumpkinhead, a dish best served cold. Number 3.
Matt Cordell from the Maniac Cop.
A rather gung-ho police officer who, due to stepping on the toes of his higher-ups, was thrown into Sing Sing prison on a bogus charge of violation of people's rights. While in the slammer, Matt was beaten to death by several inmates, but the only problem was, he didn't stay dead. After some voodoo magic, Matt comes back for revenge against those who framed him, becoming the Maniac Cop, a uniform-clad undead serial killer with super strength, Jason-level invulnerability, and a physics-breakingly good shot with a pistol. Though the Maniac Cop's weapon of choice would definitely have to be the long hidden blade sheathed inside of his nightstick. Matt, again like Jason, doesn't seem to have much more of a motive besides revenge. Although this changes drastically in the third entry of his series, Badge of Silence, where we see a sadder, even sympathetic side to the Maniac Cop, proving that he isn't just another two-dimensional slasher. Matt Cordell, you have the right to remain riddled with fucking bullets. Number 2.
tall man from Phantasm.
Played in all 4 haunting movies by Angus Scrimm, the Tall Man began as a regular, mild-mannered mortician in the 19th century named Jebediah Morningside. After years and years of burying bodies, however, he became obsessed with the concept of life and death, and devoted the remainder of his life to studying the link between our world and the world of the dead. This research led him to create a portal to another world, and after stepping through it for the first time, the Tall Man was born, and began his quest to conquer the world using the corpses he and his undead minions steal from small-town cemeteries. The Tall Man's arsenal consists of super strength and immense psychic powers, such as telekinesis, reality warping, and shape-shifting. But his deadliest weapon is the battle spheres known as Sentinels, tiny silver drones of death powered by the brains of his victims. With all this and more, the Tall Man is not a creature to play games with.
You think that when you die, you go to heaven. You come to us.
Number 1.
The Wishmaster.
The shit just hit the fan, didn't it?
Coming from a species of evil genies called the Jinn, the Wishmaster was first seen in ancient Persia, where he's sealed inside of a magical opal where he spends the next few thousand years before being released in modern times. Like any genie, the Wishmaster's goal is to simply grant wishes. But unlike your typical genie, he turns them into perverted, sadistic nightmares that cause unparalleled levels of agony to the wisher and or anyone associated with the wish. And if that wasn't enough, after this he steals your soul to continue to torture for all eternity in his lair within the opal. But it gets worse. The Wishmaster's true intention is to grant the one who released him from the opal in the first place 3 wishes. And if he's able to do this, he can open up the gates of hell and flood the world with the rest of his kind, bringing about the end of days. When not in his demonic form, the Wishmaster disguises himself as charming and charismatic Nathaniel Demarest, a form that allows him to use his master manipulator skills to get his unknown victims to make their wishes. What I love most about this character is the limitless possibilities he presents. Literally nothing is out of his power so long as a wish is made. This keeps the concept fresh, exciting, and terrifying. The Wishmaster. Be careful what you wish for, it may just tear your still screaming skeleton out of your body.
Now, make your 3 wishes.
And the best part about the Wishmaster movies is they knew when to stop. Only making 2 movies. No! 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 I'm Fedora. This was Oh the Horror. Save a scream for me. See you next time. Woo!